Hi there, I'm Cindy from Balanced Time Bookkeeping, here to show you how to set up some of the preferences that you can choose in QuickBooks. Start from the home page, go to the Edit menu, and choose Preferences. The first item in Preferences that you'll see is Accounting, and just set it up this way for now if you're just beginning. It's a good way to start for now. Notice how there are two tabs, My Preferences and Company Preferences, where you can make choices. Under the Bills item, just set it up like this. It's defaulted in a way. You can make choices and change them, but this one's fine. Under Checking, you need a bank account, so please set up the bank account that you will be using for your company. Under the Desktop view, you can set it up in the way that you like to see QuickBooks. This can be very powerful for your company. As I said, there are two tabs, My Preferences and Company Preferences, so look at those both when you're setting up your company file. Finance charges, you can use, I'd say 24%, that's 2% a month, and that's what businesses normally do. Under the General tab, select Pressing Enter moves between fields if you're going to be using a barcode scanner. Here's how you might want to set up your time, either decimal and parts of an hour or hour and minutes. The next item choice is Integrated Applications, and programs like DTools can be inserted in here if you're going to be using such a program like that. Next, under Items and Inventory, this can be a bit tricky and it can throw you for a loop, so we'll go further into that a little later and in another video. In the meantime, you can just set it up this way. The Jobs and Estimates item is one that you'll want to pay close attention to if you're using job costing in a contractor environment. The Jobs and Estimates item needs its own video. Multiple currencies can be used. Most people don't use them, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The next item is Payments. I would set it up this way, and I would use undeposited funds as a default deposit to account. It will make things a lot easier for you when you go to reconcile your bank account. Spend some time on payroll and do tick that job costing and item tracking for paycheck and expenses. It'll help you do your job costing work. Payroll too requires its own video. Your reminders preferences can be changed at any time, but here's how you might want to look at it in the beginning. There are company preferences and then My Preferences. The one here is the only one. Show reminders list when you're opening the company file. That's always a good idea. Of course, there are choices for reports and graphs and how you would like to have them refreshed. These are things that you can change in the future if you want to. Remember, there's company preferences and My Preferences in every instance. The next menu item is Sales and Customers. These are choices that you will make between company preferences and My Preferences as well. Have a good look at them and select what you want to see. Prompting for time and costs to be added is really a good idea for job costing especially. Next, we have the sales tax menu coming up in the next few minutes or a few seconds here. So I would set it up this way in the beginning. H is, of course, for Ontario, so depending on the province that you're in is how you select your sales tax. Your search items, preferences can be changed at any time. So try these for now. If they don't work, then make the changes later. Sending forms, put up in your Hotmail or Gmail account if you're going to be sending your invoices and estimates out using those methods. This will connect to your email account and you can send them in a PDF format out to your customers. So far as services goes, I would just set it up this way in the very beginning. And if you're using a program like DTools or something else that connects with QuickBooks, then have a look at that later. You may have to if you're connecting with those other programs. The Web Connect file is when you're connecting to your bank account. So this is just for spelling. So I would use the whatever you're most comfortable with here. And time and expenses, that's really critical for job costing. So set it up this way for now, and we'll talk further.